So before that, those who clear this exam on Java, first again the first step is, let's say, Java demo. Those who are not attend, or again to refresh. So any Java, right? So let's say Java demo 2. I'm giving again. So again the folder name, I think everyone knows this one, how to write it. Demo. Yeah. So package and folder name namespaces once we do, right? Now here we have a Java service. Okay. So the same Java service, like other services, the flow services, we have Java services. Okay. So Java services, let's say anything like the way like flow services or JMS services we give, adapter services, we have to give the name of the Java service. So let's say string compare. Let me string compare. Okay, so it's my flow service. Generally in projects we give you proper naming conventions. We'll come back these naming conventions. Even we should not create these packages like this. So we'll have a template. We should have a created template, and that template we should use. Okay, I think you studied already how to create a project, how to create a out of it. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So we create a folder package, template package, and all the folders will be created what are needed for. And whenever you're working on another project, just copy paste that package and rename it. That's the thing. Okay, we'll do. So this is Java service. Whichever the whatever the name we given, the same exact name will be given here as a method. So in Java, we'll have a class, public class in general Java with a name of the class underscore svc. Okay, why I'm stressing here is when you are doing a debug, we'll create another class file that's a underscore, the same name underscore. What is that name of that class? Any idea?
Test harness.
Yeah, test harness. So string compare underscore test harness will be the debug class. So we should have this name, and in normal Java we will have like public class and it will be there. So here it's final means those who know Java, this class is final means it cannot be inheritance or in. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So again, public static final void, this method is there. So this method accepts iData. It's a pipeline. Pipeline is a local variable of type iData. Okay. So all the input arguments, whatever you create input output here, those can be accessible using pipeline only. You cannot directly access. Okay. So let's say if you create any variable, let's say I wanted to create a variable str1, string variable 1, okay, string variable 2. Okay, so if you have two variables and my output is result. Okay, so once you saved it, okay, if you want to access those two, first one is using this pipeline, you should get a iData cursor. Okay, once iData cursor is there, using iData util, you can get the string values. This string 1, string 2, you can get it. So ideally, like earlier we used to write code like manually. It's like we should remember all the syntax and how to get the data. But these guys are given some useful tips, like you can right click, generate code. Okay, and then say it, and it will ask you the actual yeah, so it will ask for. So Yeah, for implementing this service, so means for implement the service means we are writing logic here. So implementing the service. For calling this service from another service means, yeah. So means suppose let's say I have a service here. Okay. Is our Java service. Okay. I have another Java service. Let's say here. Two flow services, Java service, and this is also Java service. Okay, but I wanted to call this Java service from this Java service. What is the code? Okay, so so right click and select this one. Suppose if you select here this one, for calling this service from another service, it gives you Java code. The Java code we can go and embed it in another Java class. Okay, like that. For calling this service from a client, so from a client means, so this Java code is there. Okay, this Java code. Now we are calling not this Java service. So this is something outside of your Java. So let's say you have some web application is developed, which is Java J2 application, web application. Okay, from there you wanted to call this Java service. Okay, so in that case this code will generate. Okay, yeah, you can use it for this one. So it will generate the code. That code you can give to Java guy. He can use the Java code to make a call to your service. Okay, that he will give for debugging this service. This is what we have seen. So we wanted to see what will happen this code. Just finish it will, right? I will go and paste it in my, let's just to see how that code looks like. So this one is data input. So this code, suppose you service.do invoke. Okay, and this is the package name. If you see the package name and the class name input. What do you call? But are you getting what I was talking about this one? So first one is we know in this implement how we can. Now this one is for calling this service from another service. So we have another service here. Okay, Java service. That is also Java service. Let's say customer Java service. Okay, I just mentioned. Suppose from this service, okay, I have this service and this service from Java custom Java service, right? From this service, I wanted to call this service. Okay, this service. So in that case, I will go generate like this. Okay, for calling this service from another service. Okay, finish. I will get a. So here customer Java service, I will go and paste it here. Okay, this is customer Java service. So this Java service calling string compare. So we will give inputs, string one, string values we will give. Okay, here this is something like hello. Okay, and this one is I will come back and again explain this one, don't worry. So hello, two string variables. I'm passing this one. Java service will compare and will return. Okay, equal or not, like. Okay, so this is like your call from here. If you say this one is very important, like the service.do invoke to invoke another service. Okay, like the invoke, we know invoke, right? In flow services we are using all invoke. Okay, that means we're calling another step or another task. Similarly, service.do invoke to invoke another Java class and another Java service. Service.do invoke, very important. Service.do invoke to invoke one Java class service from another Java service. Okay, where you have a Java, where is a package name. First one is a package name or fully qualified name, like Java demo. Another folder is there, and all the dot will be the package name, that is fully qualified name, and the last one is service name. And input is you have to create a iData, that will be the iData. Okay, we'll see again, I will explain you again one more time. Okay, but so first one is generate. Okay, now this one is, we'll see, but this one is calling another Java service. So this is Java service. Okay, this is Java service. Okay, and this is also Java service. We'll do the test and we'll see how it works. Okay, but you have to remember what is the syntax. Hey, means like, hey, we can right click and generate the code, but you have to remember that syntax also. You got it? You should remember the syntax. Otherwise, no, it's right click and you will get it. You should not say that much. That is generally interview point of view. They will say, like, here, right, create a Java service and right click. You have 4 options. You will, those information you have to give definitely. Okay, how you can remember it? Think that this is a block. The 4 options. How you can remember is for implementing the Java, first option. Okay, second option is calling from another Java class service. Generate a code for calling from calling this service from another Java service. That is the second option. Generate a code for this Java class to invoke from another our client. That is a client. Third option. Fourth option is debug. That is how you can remember these 4 options. Are you getting? What is the possibilities? This can be implemented as is. This can be called from another Java service. This can be called from another client itself, that is outside of your Java service. Okay, some web application you develop, from that web application you are trying to call this one. Okay, that is one. Fourth one is debug. Okay, that is how you can remember. Okay, so let's say I wanted to see how this code looks like. So he's asking number of options are there. So options is nothing but you have a Java code. So maybe this is a Java code. This may be C++ code. So for all those codes he given, options are given. Okay, so let us say if I wanted to C#. Maybe, do you know C#? Anyone heard about C#? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you heard,
Yes,
that's fine. So in C#.NET, we call it as C#, which is equivalent to Java. Okay, so if I see sharp code, it will ask pick the directory where you want to place the generated code, client code. So it gives you some Java code where you can place it. So I can give folder. Let's say Java service. I just mentioned Java service but it's a .NET code. Okay, C#.NET code. Just if I finish it, what will happen? Okay, they generated C code, not this one. Where is that for Java? Created Java, but it's not there. Okay, again I will go something at it. So this one, we selected this one. Service.invoke is there. Here is there. So I'm going to generate one. Okay. Oh, it went to my OneDrive. Okay, that's okay. Okay. So here it generated 3 class files. String. This one in .NET.cs will be there. And C. So it generated this a C# guy so that he can he can use these 3 codes to call our service. Are you getting what I'm talking? Any?
Yes.
Okay. If you have a doubt, ask me. Okay. So this one we have seen. This one we have seen. This one is we have seen. Okay. First I will go with this one, and then we'll test this one. But we cannot test this one because it's needed some other experience like C++.NET, but will not see this one. we will see this one. Okay, first we'll implementing this service. I'll select this one, select all the fields, then it will clipboard, it will be there. Then we'll come back. So our code, if a grayed out is there. So sometimes previously it was yellow color, now it's grayed out. Okay, if you go to the document, the training material is just talk about yellow. So it's a okay. So we should not confused. Okay, now here what I'm doing is I'm Control V or copy paste. Okay, so this is again important. It's not just copy paste the code. Okay, we should know what is these things from pipeline, which is of iData. Okay, using a get cursor. So first get the cursor. Okay, cursor is nothing but it's a kind of a pointer. Have you studied data list, data structures in BTech? Data structures.
For CSE, it's going to be a chapter, sir.
No, sir.
Data structures, BTech electronics also it will be there. Data
No,
structure.
sir. For us, not just.
Yes, sir. Linear data register, non-linear data register, there are different types of it.
Yeah,
Linked list.
data
Linked list
structure.
start.
LIFO, first in, first out.
Stack,
Those will be,
queue, LIFO,
yeah,
non-linear, array, array, like this graph.
correct. So the data structures will be there. Without data structure, BTech, I don't think. But we will not remember those things. Okay. But internally, that's the same data structure. Okay. Change the mindset of the data structure because we are in the web methods. We'll talk in web methods language. Okay. So a pipeline we use geta and get cursor to get the cursor, pipeline cursor. So which is pipeline cursor is of type iData cursor. So this is very important, iData cursor. Okay, pipeline is iData cursor, which is okay, which is interface. iData is the interface or iData cursor is interface.
iData files.
Hello?
iData cursor is interface or class. Slide 9 or 8 he talks about put up these two. So if you even if you put the cursor right, you're showing I. If you see here, this one is saying I, right? So that means which is an interface.
Interface, yes, interface.
If I put it, this is also interface. Okay. So iData util, it's a class. Okay. iData util is a class. Okay. So interface means just a thing that you are interfacing something. Okay, it's a kind of a plugin. You have something on the top, you are interfacing something. Okay, it's just think like that. Don't go in detail like Java. If you are good in Java, then you can go with the interface. Okay, so iData cursor is interface. iData is interface, but iData util is a cursor. Okay, sorry, is a class. So first get the cursor. From that cursor, so using iData util, get the values of the inputs. If you set the output, how do you set the output? He will ask. Anyone will ask you. So first get the cursor. Okay, then use iData util dot put. If you use put iData util dot put to set the value to the output field. Okay, once you set the output right, you have to destroy that cursor. If you not destroy the cursor, its memory leakage will happen. So we will generally destroy the cursors. Okay.
If we won't destroy, what happens, sir? Memory will leak.
Okay. So memory leakage is a kind of a concept like you have created a variable, this data cursor. Okay,
Yes.
if it creates a one variable in heap. If you remember, maybe you've studied or not, uh, our system RAM, entire RAM will be divided into different sectors. Okay, so it's not like one memory block where you can use it. For a program, the stack, yeah, partition, stack. Have you heard about stack, heap?
Ah.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
so stack will be there, heap will be there. Okay, stack is like in a pointers kind of thing. Okay, it will be used for stack. So stack is also limited. So one variable is created in the stack, and if you're not removed that variable from the stack, what will happen is that will be stored forever. It's a kind of a blocked that memory. So if you keep on adding all those variables, at one point of time your stack will overflow and your application will crash. So application will say like out of memory will come. Okay, so that is a serious issue. So it impacts your performance. Many times we go and check like projects. Many people report us like no, my application is going out of memory. Okay, sometimes you install some applications on your laptop. Okay, after sometimes you realize your system becomes slow. Have you seen that? Not all the applications, but some applications will create like that. Okay, so those applications you will think like no, if something is happened, we'll remove that application. Okay, so that is because that application is developed. Sometimes someone is not developed correctly. So these cursors are created, some kind of cursors. I'm talking about now cursors. So sometimes like cursors are created, those are not cleared, not closed. Like if I open a file, I have to close that file. Once I utilize that file, someone will not close that file. Means program is not correctly developed. Because of that reasons, what will happen now? It start consuming your memory, and at one point of time that application will not work and your system also becomes slow. So those are things like we have to follow, means rules we have to follow. Okay, if you open the cursor, you have to close that cursor. Okay, okay, so okay, string of this one. Okay, guess string 2 is nothing but these inputs. This one input, this input is there, right? So those values we are giving here. So idata dot get, this is a property, field name. This is a field name, so that I will get into my local variable. This is my local variable. Okay, so idata to local variable in the sense within this one, these variables are there, A and B, but this string one is here, input to this flow service, Java service. Okay, from Java service, the input of the Java service, I'm taking into a local variable. Okay, then that local variable dot compare to b variable. Okay, it returns, this comparison gives -1 like that. Okay, -1 + 1 0. Okay, so it returns 3 values. So if I use string here, suppose let's say if I write string like this is throwing the error. So type mismatch, cannot convert from int to string. So this gives you int. Okay, it cannot be converted and assigned to string. So that's why I changed it to int. Okay, now we have done here now this value is my comparison to here only, but this value I have not set it to my result here. So I data.put. So this one is this name result. Okay, and this output I am taking, I'm assigning here. So setting that value here like that. Got it, everyone?
Sorry.
We taken here, Michelle.
Any see, so my Java service is there. Assume these input arguments are in1. In1 is my input argument, in2 is my second argument. Okay, if I want this in1 inside, right? So in Java you can directly use it. These Java variables will be available here. If I have method name, let's say addition is there, suppose let's say add is there. Okay, method. So in1 into you will get it here only, means like the string 1. If it is like this string, you can get it like this inside only. Okay, like int output equal to, you can write in Java like this, compare to st into, you can write it like this in Java, in case of Java. Okay, you can write it because you can use these variables as is. Okay, and this one is out, you can directly, instead of writing this, you can write it like this also, return directly. Okay, but in case of web methods, the same thing. First you have a pipeline. In the pipeline, idata util. So idata util, idata util dot get string. When you say get string, it expects a cursor. Here you have cursor and field name. Okay, this is a way we have to give. So that cursor, if you see here, the one same is written here. So this cursor is here, field name is string1. Are you getting?
Yes, sir.
Sir, why are you taking these results, sir?
This result, right? I wanted to set my output. My output name is result. I wanted to set to this value. So that's why I use idata.put and this cursor. Here also cursor, here also we have need cursor. This is a standard. And this one is the name of that my output field. That is result is my name of the output field. If my output field name is, suppose let's say rename to result to, let's say 1 2 3. If my output is like this, to set that one, I need to give 1 2 3 here. Are you getting?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If we have string let's say I have 1 2 3 here also, and second one is 2. I need to give 2 3 4 like that. Okay, and this one is we need to set the result. Is that clear so far?
Yes, sir. Clear,
Okay.
sir. In string 1 to 3 are taken only one A only. You can take only O out, sir. Why are you taking this result 1 to 3? Again, both. I have understood, sir.
Okay, so this field is same as this one, first field. Okay, I want the value here, whatever is there, right? Okay, to get inside, I remove this one. Okay, we have two inputs to the Java service, which is string 1 and string 2. Let's say string 1 to 3, str123. This inside field name is coming. Okay, and the second field name is 234 field name, or you can say capital Y. This one is Y, this one is X. Suppose let's say this one is X and this one is Y. To get inside this one Java, so how can I write it is this code. I'm taking copy paste this one. How I'm writing is inside this I want to write. So in that case, inside this Java code here, I will write X. Okay, that is my A equal to get this value, this X value I want here. So I need to write like this. Are you getting this X value, whatever is coming, and it should have same value, so that I get a get string. I will get this value. Okay, are you getting? So
Yes,
now this Y value I wanted here in B field, local variable B. So I have to give its idata utils class. Okay, and get string is a static method. That's why there is no need of creating an object. Okay. We got it, right? Now my output is another field. Let's say this is my output. Z is my output. Okay, Z is Z, but generally people will say it's a Z. Okay, now I want this one, right? Z is my output field. Okay, now I wanted to set value to this output from my inside Java. So how can I do is, I'm copying this one, but I'm going to create one more here inside my. So it should be now, sorry, this one, how it is now, put. We have to use put. Okay, put. So this one is Z, we are mapping to Z, right? So the second variable is Z, and the actual value you have to set, right? 1, 2, 3, something value. Okay, that you can set it like this. Are you getting? So this C should match with my output field name, and whatever some value you can set it here. Third argument. Is that clear?
sir.
Yes, sir.
So until you practice 1 or 2 times yourself, you will not understand also. So try one more time doing this one. Okay, so this is basic syntax. Okay, again repeating, this is basic syntax only, you need to remember, but in actual projects you have to write your own logic. See, again I'm telling from the beginning, whatever we are learning is just a grammar of web methods. Okay, you have to build logic based on all this language what you learn. Okay, you have to create your own language logic. Okay, that logic will not come automatically until you think with your brain. Okay, don't think that only if I learn all those things I can write Java code or web methods code. Until you practice, you will not able to do any code. Okay, are you getting? See, even if with my experience also, these things I don't remember also. Okay, before I come to explain you, I'm again reading. Okay, I again practicing. Maybe you are not seen or no. I practiced before I explained you guys last week also. I did many practicing myself before coming and explaining. Okay, so you can master, you can remember only if you practice. Okay, don't think that if you listen you will become a master in web methods or any language. Okay, you are not going to be master until you practice. Okay, any example, anyone? Cricketers also, I think in India we famous, right? Cricketers, even before IPL also they practice, right? Match, every before match also they practice. They will not jump directly, even though they have experience. So many years they were, but before match also they practice. Okay, otherwise no, they cannot hit a single ball also. Okay, so think about that. Practice, practice, practice. Otherwise you are not becomes master anything. Okay, there are hundreds of videos are there. If you want I can share you, but listening those will not work until you practice. So what I'm saying now, you will come understand only if you try one more time. I explained this one now, but this value is coming. So these are the values here. Okay. Yeah. So we'll run this one first, then we'll go with the debug mode, how to debug this one. Then how, from another Java service, how can I call? From another flow service, how can I call? Okay. Those things you have to come to the mind. Okay. Now I give input, I should get output. I can right click run as. First I'm doing in browser also I can do. We done run service. Let's say let me go with the run browser. I can do run browser also. Hello, I will give both same. So I should get 0 as my output. See, result is 0. Okay. So invoke is a keyword. I know this comparison here, colon or type slash should come. This is what we call. This is query parameter.
Query parameter.
Okay. Here, suppose let's say one is there, slash one is there, then we call it as a path parameter. Okay. Yeah. So that is how you should remember. Okay. Now, yeah, because I'm comparing string comparison. It's a string comparison actually. This method will compare string only. Even though if you give 1, 2, 3 also, it compares as a string. Okay. This is a string comparison. Okay. And the result will be out is 1, 2, 3 minus 1 if it is not equal. This string is less than this one. How it is saying now? It's ASCII content. It's a comparing ASCII character. There will be code for each of the character. So based on that, it just compares. It compares. Okay. So if A is less than B, then it gives you minus 1. If A equal to B, it gives you 0. If A is greater than B, it gives you plus 1. Okay. You got it, right? So run service also I can do both. Suppose let's say if I give this one H, I will get minus 1 or plus 1.
They are not equal means minus 1.
No.
It is cap sign.
So which one
Calculate
letter
is
will come
not.
first? A comes first or H comes first, capital H. So A will come first. So it should give minus 1. Oh, it's given result 32. Okay. Minus 1 it is converted into. Let me do like this. What will happen? Don't want to compare. Let me see. Oh, it's given 32. So if suppose, let's say if I give other way, let's say what will happen. So this one is H, this one is
Small h plus 1
so
minus 30.
so 0 less than 0 minus number or plus number. It's not necessarily always -1 should come. Okay, like that it is written, this one compared to. So what is saying int number, it is not -1. Okay, yeah, so you can see that. Okay, so it's in less than 0, greater than symbol 0, it will be like that. Anyways,
Ascent string means that string A is H is cancelled.
sorry,
Capital. In first string 1 to 3, H is capital.
yeah,
Compare that it to B.
yeah.
First is capital, we need to get this.
So compare, so it is comparison, but don't go with words. Okay, so it will be converted into ASCII character. So sorry, not which code it will be converted. There is a ASCII code, it will be converted. Based on that code, it will be compared.
Okay.
So comparison is working, right? So now so far you know running browser, running service, okay.
Yes.
Now I wanted to run in debug mode, so you cannot directly go and debug. So debug as it will not work. Even if you debug services here, if it is a document, I think you remember debug service, you can give your document browser XML. If it is document node, if it is a node, you have to test like that. Remember, right? If input
Yes,
is a document, how do you test debug? So in that case, you have to go to first debug run configuration, and you will see like service input. In the input, you can select the XML document and then apply and run. That is how you can debug if input is a node. Okay, those fields. But Java service to debug, first what you need to do is right click, generate code. So you use this one for debugs this service. So before debug this service, first what you have to do is put the cursor first line. That is a mandatory you have to do. Then generate code for debugging this service.
I'm finished.
Then it will generate the test RNS code. You have to remember this test RNS code. Okay. Now you go run as Java application like that. If you do, it will ask your username, integration server, your password. Then cursor, it will ask input. So let's say 1, I given 2. Switch, yes. So cursor is here. Again 1, 2. But you can give, so first is executing the cursor, then data util is to get the value. Okay, data util, then I'm destroying the cursor, then I'm comparing. That output is I got -1. Okay, this time. Okay, and then I'm setting that out to result so that my output will be there. Okay, so it is -1. So I'm just destroying the cursor. The moment I do, it's going and invoking everything. Just run. My result is automatically displayed. Output is 1 -1. Okay, you got it, right? How it works? Debugging. Everyone.
Yes, sir. Sir, if we take any number, then it will come -1, 1 and 0.
Yeah, like now my 0 program, if it is less than 0, first number is less than second number. If 0 means equal, grade 1 is nothing but R was 0 plus number, then first is greater than second number, like that. Okay, now we learn these things. So program we will write like that only: 0, less than 0, greater than 0. Don't go with the -1 plus 1. Okay. Okay. So if you have two Java services, so you wanted some method or some logic you wanted to share between the two Java classes, you can write between these two. Area. So some cases the same package. I wanted to share some logic. Where should I write that Java code? Okay. So you have to say like the / with this one is begin shared source area, is begin source here also. Okay, I'm writing here something. Let's say if I write a, what will happen if I write this a? Okay, there is an issue, but see here also it is there. A, whatever you write here, everything will be there. Something even which is not characters. So in between whatever you write, those will be there in all the Java classes inside the package. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Now we know like two things. One is run service, Java service. Second one is debug. The third one is the shared source area. Now okay, and these things are known. So I wanted to call this comparison from my customer service. The code for calling this service from another Java service, click okay, fin. So you will get a code. That code, sorry, not another code. Here I'm going. So this may be in the same package, or it can be another package. So but let's say I don't want to create here. Let me delete here. Okay, this to I wanted to call from here. Okay, this is also closed. Okay, let me create one more here. I'm creating here my Java flow service, which is customer service. Okay, so customer service, to show you from the other package also you can call this Java service. So right click, generate. I'm selecting this one. Next, finish. It's clipboard. I'm going here and pasting here. Okay, and calling that service. Okay, this service also will have an input and output. Correct. This service also, let me create this one, is my inputs X giving Y. Okay, output is Z for this service. Okay, now so this service also I wanted to access this input. I want to access X, Y and Z also. How can I do? Right click, generate code for implementing this service. Okay, finish. Yes, what I am doing is here I'm copy pasting that code. Okay, but output of this this string I wanted to assign to my Z. So this code, Control X. Okay, are you getting what I am doing? No. Those who are watching in phone, I don't think you will understand anything. So sure you are watching in phone. Okay. Okay. Because in screen, I don't think laptop phone you can able to understand anything. Okay. So this is my new service, customer service, Java service. What I'm doing is just see, this is customer service, customer Java service, okay, which is having input xy. So you have to think like this. I have an x, I have another y. This is my x and y. Okay, so this one is x, this one is y. Now output is, I have z is my output. Okay, from first this service, I wanted to generate a Java code first so that I can get this value inside my customer service. Correct? Okay, so I remove everything, all the code from here to understand you. Okay, remove this code. Everything is removed. Okay, it's only customer is there. Okay, customer service pipeline is there. I have my input x, y, and z is there, but I want to access x and y here. First, I should get the values x and y here. How can I get that x and y? I can rightly generate code.
Implementing this service.
Okay, finish. Okay, so I'm going here, I'm pasting here. Okay, now I got my xy here. Okay, okay, and output is, I need to remove this one, actual value I need to set. Correct? Now from here I wanted to call this string compare. Okay, how can I do? So I wanted here, I'm just writing this slash is nothing but comments. Okay, so call string, like, oh, what is this? So what I'm doing is, once it started, okay, I wanted to, are you getting? So what I'm doing, so I got this one values here. Okay, this value I inside the pipeline I accessed. Now from here I wanted to call my Java service, another string comparison service. Okay, here I have a Java string comparison service. Java, so this one is another Java service, which is a string compare. Okay, I wanted to call this service. Okay, and I will get from here, I will get the response back here. Okay, are you getting?
If not,
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, so now what I'm doing is, you may ask, like, no, why we are doing from one service to another service. This is just to understand for you. Okay, I will give you actual real example where I used. So here we created, so I need to, okay, not this one, we have Java service here. So rightly generate code. Finish. First I'm selecting that one, I'm placing here so that my input fields will be there here. Okay, customer service, I have inputs now. Okay, here from here call string compare service. Okay, this is called string compare service. Now I wanted to compare this one, right? Call this service. So rightly generate code for calling this service from another service. Okay, call this one. Now I got this one. I will go here. I will paste it here. Okay, are you getting? I placed it. So this service dot invoke Java package name, that is a Java 2 string compare flows name and my input. So input value is how we created a iData. We have to create iData, and that iData we need to give here. Okay, so iData is there right here. That is expected. This expecting two fields, right? As an input. This one is expecting two fields like a string 1, 2, 3, string 2, 3, 4. Okay, here we have not this one. Here source code string value is there. So this value, second one is a value, actual value. Okay, so this value I will give as value I will give as y. This
Yes, sir.
service dot do invoke returning my output. That output, okay, now it's in the result 1, 2, 3. Okay, that result 1, 2, 3 I will go and assign to z. Okay, of z I will assign here. Okay, now let me go and run this service. Okay, run as Java service. Which one I am running? Customer service. This time it's XY. Previously it was string 1, 2, 3 and 2, 3, 4. Okay, here I'm giving, let's say 7. Here I'm giving 8. Okay, I'm running. Okay, z value. So that means it call this internally, it calls the string. Okay, we have not written comparison here, right? Did we write comparison? No, right? In this customer service, we have not written any comparison. Did we do comparison? No, right? Comparison is available here only, here.
Yes, sir.
In compare. So that means from customer service, I'm calling my another Java service, and I got the value, and then assign it to here. Okay. Is everyone is clear this one?
Sir.
Okay.
Sir.
Can you do this code now? Everyone, I wanted to see everyone's works. Everyone. I want everyone to be developed and show me. Okay. My Java service. I never tried. Okay, let me try my flow service from Java service. But this one is there, right? This is my flow service. This one is Java service. Yeah, let me create a flow service. Try to call flow service from Java service. Okay, flow SVC. Okay, I've given this one. Again, this also, let's say I'm doing input, 2 inputs. Flow service, right? Here I will give, let's say A. I'm trying, first time I'm also trying. So my mind is coming like, can we do like this? Okay. So these 2 inputs and these are output, right? So here we know public method, there is a comparison is there. Okay. I will do like that.
We can
So
flow.
string comparison. Comparison is there. String compare strings. Okay. String compare strings. This A I'm mapping here. B is mapping. The result is it will give is equal or not. It will give to C. Okay. I don't want this is my output. Should have drop. There should be drop. Okay, drop. This is also drop is there. Okay. I don't want this too, and even I don't want this also. First, I will test this comparison will work or not first. This flow service comparison works or not. Okay. I'm passing like hello. Both are equal or no, then what will happen? Okay, it's true. this comparison is giving true false. Okay, this is working. Now this flow service I will call from a Java service. How can I do? So this one is, we know this one should be there. Here what I am doing is, instead of this service needed, input is what is it, A B C, right? I'm going here. Instead of that A, I will put it here. I will put it B here. Okay, this is my package name, Java demo. It should be Java demo. Okay, and the name is flow service. So I will give flow svc a given. My input is a given here. Okay, I should get the result, right? This output is C. So I'm going here again. So output. So this is C. I will get C string something, some C. That C I will put it here. Are you getting? From this Java service, I'm calling a flow service. Okay, so it should be same, right? So let's see if this works or not. Are you getting what I did? So only renamed this one, this name. So the package name is this one. This flow. This one namespace is this one used, and the flow services name this one. Like that, I'm trying. So run in browser. So 7 and 8, I will give. It's false. Okay, it's working. Are you getting? Now let's say 8 I'm giving. It's true. Okay, good. So hello also I will give. It's working. So from the Java service also, I can call any flow service. Are you getting? So using service.do invoke with this one. Are you getting or not? What I did?
Yes, sir.
So I want this also. I want this also. I util. Okay. I data and then pipeline destroy. These lines, the 4 lines of code you are writing. Here also 4 lines of code. Okay, it's not just 4 lines of code. Okay, forget about before iData map. We have iData map, and there is one more iData factory also. So iData factory used to create objects. Guys, remember this one. iData util is to traverse. Okay, get the values. Okay, iData cursor is a pipeline. Okay, to get the cursor. iData factory is used to create an object. How do you create an object in Java? How do you create iData object in Java service?
iData obj is equals to new iData.
Yes. Okay, you have to remember this one. Clear, right? How do you create iData object inside Java service? So remember and note it down. Okay, this is definitely important questions. Many questions will come. Okay, so this is very important. Okay, now question is like I did. So you got it. Whatever we learned so far, I'm adding those things. Very important things. One is iData pipeline. We know. Okay. Second one is iData cursor. We studied. Third one is iData util. Now iData factory. We learn. iData factory is used to create the objects. iData objects. How you can create iData some object obj equal to iData factory dot create. You got it, right? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. So next one is iData map. So okay. So instead of writing these many lines like iData cursor, string, and iData util, and then destroy. So there is a much more better, which is given as iData map. Okay, iData is a combination of iData cursor, iData util. Okay, so iData util and pipeline, iData pipeline. So instead of those, even iData factory, instead of those things, you can use only 2 lines of code. Okay, it's a much improved version. Okay, iData map. So how do I write the same code which we did so far using iData map? Okay, so this one is a code. Okay, I will remove this code. How can I write instead of okay, so okay, so how we can write it the same code? Okay, so first one is iData. What is happening? Okay, now it's working. Okay, no, that one is not works. Okay, so first point is iData map. We have to use iData map. It's a class iData map. Okay, any local object. I think Java. In Java class, then you can give a variable. Okay, iData map. I'm giving something IDM, or you can give any name. IM also map. Like that, you can give iData map. Anything you can give like that. It's a variable equal to new iData map. That you create first iData map. So iData map, sorry. So iData map is wrong. So this one is wrong because it's an interface. iData is an interface. So from the pipeline, get what is using get cursor. No. Okay. So this one I should see. Okay. So instead of this one, see, if I'm not practicing, I also not able to know how to write the code. That's why you need practice also. Okay, iData map pipeline will give pipeline here. So first step is like this. Okay, if it's throwing the error, okay, so if you take mouse here, you can, I think import, right? Everyone knows this one import. We have to how to why do we need to import? In Java we will use to import packages, correct? So
Yes.
iData import, we are importing that package. So it's imported that package here. Okay, now the package is imported now. So iData pack. So from this one, so in the previously used iData util.get, right? Instead of that, directly you can use this to get, if you want string, integer, whatever you feel like input. Suppose if it is an integer, you can get as int. You can see like that. If you want to get iData, suppose input is a document, then get as iData. We'll use it. So integer, get as integer, like that you can use it. So get as string. If it is array, you will document list, sorry, string list. If you have a string list, use this one, get as string array. You got it? Number list we did numbers, number list, string list, numbers we taken from the first use case. So if you want like that, you can use this one. But string as non-empty, you can use, or string as. So this one is allow us to take null values also. But if I don't want to null values, I want to take it input, so I can use string as empty. So and this one again the number. So this is a field. What is the field? This field, right? So I'm taking this field, copy, paste it here. That's the value. So this one I'm taking into, let's say, in one, like that. Now I wanted string to string again into equal to again a data map dot get as non-empty string. I'm going with this one value, copy, paste it here, double quotes. Are you getting what I'm doing? Okay, so now these 3 lines are not required. This with this one is sufficient. It automatically closes this one cursor also. Here if you are using this way, cursor you have to close it. If you not close the cursor, what will happen? Memory leakages, everything will happen. So no, we should not use that. So no, you have, if you use a pipeline cursor, you have to destroy also. But sometimes this is also very useful and this is also useful. But nowadays everyone is using iData map. You're getting right? Everywhere we are using iData map. So you can remove this one, but you have to remember from the exam point of view. For interview point of view, many people will ask you, what is iData cursor? What is a new way of writing? Instead of iData cursor, iData util, is there a way you can write it? So iData map I can use. I removed that one. Okay, string. Instead of A, I paste it here. Instead of B, I'm using 2. Okay, are you getting? Now I will remove these 3 lines. Okay, I will write how can I do. So I'm using again iData, this one. I wanted to set to my output, right? Set, no, instead of set, put. Again there is a put is there. Put key value is there. Okay, key is my result, this one, result 1 2 3. Okay, okay, now this out right, I'm copying this one and placing here, and so this 1 line is sufficient instead of these 3 lines. You're getting right? Okay, so I remove this. So which is much simple, very less lines of code compared with the previous code. Not only lines of code, but if you forgot to cursor, right? In the previous case, you may forgot to destroy. Okay, so here there is no need. You can automatically destroy can happen. You got it right? What I'm done.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so again now testing this one same, whether I will get the same result or not. So string 1 hello hello, I should 31, correct. I change again. Let's say I will give 4 here, also here a 4. I should get 0. I got the 0, so it's working. So again one more I need to test. I'm showing these things because you will learn like testing also. Okay, don't think that I'm just showing to time pass, but this is way we do, like 1 4. Now I should get negative number. Yes, okay. Now I will see whether I will get the positive number or not. It's fine. So okay, this service is working fine. This is a way we can write it. Okay, can you do this also? I will keep it this one as is. Now create one more service, Java service, using iData map compared to numbers. Can you guys do now?
Okay.
Why I'm asking, tomorrow you will have a exam, our internal exam on Java services. Okay, it's not like the previous way. This time it will be a Zoom call. I want everyone show me individually. I will connect everyone. You have to answer, or I will give you online link where you can go and write the exam tomorrow individually.
All syllabus are only on Java service.
Only Java services. 10 questions. 10 questions for Java services. Okay, so this document is nothing but iData, top one. Okay, but if it is a repeating element, this is also iData. Okay, but this repeating element you will access like iData array. Are you getting? Suppose I'm removing this entire code. Okay, are you able to hear my order? Orders is my document. Order is my document where I can see. Okay, let's say order Java service. Okay, I'm using this order Java service. Create new package is done. Order Java service. Okay, now what I am doing is my flow service. So not flow service, I will use a Java service. Okay, Java, where is Java service? Okay, Java service. So order service. Okay, now let's see. It's not necessarily I can create a document here. I can create a document separately also. Okay, I think you know how to create a docs. Everyone. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so what I am trying to do is here I'm creating a doc service here. Doc type. Okay, so this is I can say order doc. Okay, I'm creating this doc. So here I let's say order ID. Okay, and I'm using a document again, which is document list. Okay, this is items or products, basically items I am purchasing. So this is nothing but products. So again, item ID, okay, quantity. Let's say these are the two fields are there. Quantity. Okay, so I want this is my this. If you see this one is order ID, this is item repeating element, and I want these two are there. Okay, under this one. So now I will go here. Is my Java service. Here I will add this one. Okay, which is order. Let's say order contains order ID and item which is a repeating element. Clear, right? Now I can go here rightly. Again I'm generate code. Next, finish. Can come down here. I can paste it here. So the code is automatically given. Are you getting? But you have to remember, it's not just the code is given. Sometimes this code may not be sufficient. Okay, we have to do lot of things also. Are you getting what I'm saying? Okay, If not, tell me. Okay, so we know this pipeline using cursor, we can get it. Okay, so to get the data, so iData, so this is a doc. Now this is a document, not this one is a string. So previously, if it is a string, I think str1, str2, remember, right? So what we did is iData util dot get string we used. You got it? Get string we used. Customer services, if I go, get string we use iData dot util. If it is a string, but this is a document, so I used iData doc, get iData doc, and that order is a iData doc. Okay, is that clear?
Yes.
Okay, now once I got the order, this is iData. I'm using this order again, one more cursor to get that cursor. Okay, and again I got this iData util dot string to get the order ID. But this is my repeating element. Okay, again this is a document. First is document and second one is multiple. Okay, so it's used iData. Okay, iData to get the document and added an array. Are you getting? You have to add it. So when an array is there, right? So you should use this one, iData square bracket, which indicates an array. Okay, this one is very important. Are you getting or not, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Fine. So the rest of the code is given. You can understand also, try to see how looping is happening, everything. Okay. Now what he's talking is, that is the thing he's talking. This one is document, it's just a sub document, but these items are repeating. That's why he used get iData array, and this iData, if it is an array, we will collect like this iData square bracket. Okay, very important, this one. Like iData factory is a class. Basically, it's used to create objects. iData factory. Okay, these two lines are very important. Create document list. How do you create a document list inside the Java class? Are you getting? How do you create a document list inside the Java class, Java service? So iData, because it's a list, right? List means array. Okay, iData symbol we used. Okay, this name can be anything. Document list, new iData and array, because it's a list. You have to use iData array. Okay, and the document list, this list of I equal to document iData factory dot create. You have to use iData factory to create. So this one is someone is asked me in the interview, how do you create a document list? Someone is asked me when I attended one of the exam interview. They asked me this question. Okay, how do you create a document list? The first step is I create iData, which is an array. Okay, so anything list I can create. D list I given new iData of array. You have to specify, let's say five elements array, 6 elements array. You have to specify first array size is like 5. You can give 5 like this. Okay, and then D list of I. We need to iterate in a loop. Okay, if I have 5 are there, then if 5 times we need to create this one object. Then you can assign the values to that. Okay, are you getting? So I mentioned like this iData I. So that means, let's say if I have 5, first I need to for loop. I think you know for loop. For I int I equal to 0, I less than size, which is 5, I plus plus. Okay, I executed like this. D list of I equal to I data factory dot create. Are you getting? So that's why these two lines are very important. Note it down, everyone. How do you create a document list?
Sir.
Sir.
So here, if you see the way I mentioned, like see output document, so iData, which is out items, new iData 42 elements. So what he did is for loop iData out item equal to like this he created. Okay, that is how he created a store. So clear, right? So you have to see that. Okay, and here Java Service in Designer on integration server. Okay, what he talks is using Java. Okay, is recommended way to write the services in Java. Okay, so whatever the logic you want, the complex logic is there, you will go and write in Java. Java Service Editor depends on the files residing in your local workspace. So, okay, designer creates a local service development project. Additional classes that need to be added to the project. I will let you know where to add the Java file